Florentino Luis could be a Nunez repeat. Liverpool could take a big step in rebuilding the midfield this summer with rumours of Jürgen Klopp's continued interest in Benfica's Florentino Luis. Last season, Liverpool fell by the wayside and were unable to qualify for the Champions League after fighting for a historic 4 in the previous campaign. The midfielder was scolded for his ropey performances, and James Milner, Naby Keita, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain left at the end of their contracts in June. Brilliant buys for Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai sealed to revive the Reds' core, while longtime captain Jordan Henderson and veteran midfielder Fabinho also head to Saudi Arabia. And now, according to reports, Luis is on Klopp's shortlist ahead of the 2023-2024 campaign. The Portuguese international talent Klopp, who is believed to have a €120 million release clause, is catching the attention of Klopp. Praised as best player by Ruben Dias, Luis was an integral part of Benfica's exploits throughout an enormous 2022-2023 campaign. He played 54 matches and won the Primeira Liga. He also performed admirably in the Champions League and reached the quarter-finals. He avoided defeat in 2 fixtures to both Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus. According to SofaScore, the 23-year-old machine has played 33 times in Portugal's best flight, recording an average score of 7.10. He completed 90% of his passes, averaging 2.5 tackles and 1.9 tackles per game. Also, 60% of his duels and 72% of his dribbling attempts were successful. This statistically places him in the top stratosphere of defensive midfielders in the industry. He can certainly carry the skills to stand as one of the undisputed stars of the Premier League. According to FBref, they are in the top 8% of midfielders compared to Europe's top 5 leagues in terms of pass completion, top 14% for progressive passes, top 1% for tackles and top 4% for tackles per game. If Klopp chooses to use a new 6 with the same mould as Fabinho, the Merseyside team's pursuit of the great Romeo Lavia will give the system a different spin. The Athletic described the Belgian as a ball carrier who was the opposite of Fabinho. And while 19-year-old Lavia may be heading to Anfield in the coming weeks, if Luis joins, he will present an invaluable dimension, a state of defensive duality, an unwavering pillar amid the vortex of change. It will fill Fabinho's boots and provide stubborn and hard-working gear to allow his forward-thinking teammates to thrive. Given that he plays for the Eagles, Luis could mimic Liverpool's deal to sign Darwin Nunez, who joined the Portuguese Giants in a club record £85 million deal last summer. Nunez had an unremarkable first season on British shores, but radiated plenty of quality just waiting to be channeled. Described as an agent of chaos by Liverpool Echo's Theo Squires, the Uruguayan has been among the top 12% of strikers for non-penalty goals in Europe's top 5 leagues over the past year. That said, the £140,000 a week star is a top-notch talent, and if Luis comes to Anfield this summer, he will undoubtedly improve the Liverpool midfield. It will perhaps even provide the central robustness to create the framework Nunez needs to reveal the full scale of his abilities under Klopp's tutelage. Fabinho reportedly completed medical tests before the £40 million move. An overhaul of Liverpool's midfield was certain this summer, but no one expected this much. The club acted quickly and signed Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai early. Fabinho and Henderson's breakup was undoubtedly an unexpected move while they were looking for another player. Jordan Henderson has officially left, and now it's just a matter of time before Fabinho is officially announced. According to the information transferred, Fabinho went through a health process with his new club before an eye-watering £40 million move. This move has been more or less public knowledge for the past few weeks. The Brazilian defensive midfielder didn't even travel to attend Liverpool's 10-day pre-season training camp in Germany, let alone his current pre-season tours in Singapore. And the move was delayed, not repeated, because of the French Bulldogs. Unlike Henderson's move, Fabinho's desire to be a puppet in Saudi Arabia's sports wash project won't raise too many eyebrows. Indeed, the public political leanings of Fabinho and his wife make this move much more appropriate on the surface. From Liverpool's perspective, it's a great job to earn £40 million from a 29-year-old star whose midfield prowess is already on the decline. However, a player who would rather see the last few good years of his career in relative obscurity in Saudi Arabia is questionable. However, Saudi teams turned the transfer market upside down this summer and managed to sign many stars. Therefore, it would not be right to question why Fabinho wants to go. Considering Fabinho's decline last season and his age approaching £30–40 million is a very good amount of money. The transfer is expected to be announced very soon, as it has passed the medical process. In this way, Liverpool will have created a good fund for their reinforcements. Now Klopp has to work on a new-looking midfielder. The Reds made an offer to Keita Nakamura. Jürgen Klopp and Anfield's board have done well so far this summer, bringing in 2 new midfielders ahead of the 2023-2024 Premier League campaign. A third midfield addition is sought at Merseyside, and Southampton's Romeo Lavia looks like the best target. The Reds turned down a £40 million opening bid, with the Saints asking for close to £50 million, but James Pearce believes it is increasingly likely that a compromise will be reached. Liverpool are preparing an improved offer for Southampton's Romeo Lavia after the initial offer was rejected. A compromise is becoming more and more likely to be reached. The player is willing to make a move, said James. The Belgian does not appear to be the only player Liverpool are trying to sign. Now an update has appeared on Nakamura. According to reports from France in the last 48 hours, the Reds have made an offer of €7 million for Nakamura. However, the Austrian side quickly rejected the LASK offers. Ligue 1 team Lille looks to be in pole position to secure a deal, and LASK is on hold for a record-breaking €11 million deal. Nakamura, who actually shares the same agency as Liverpool midfielder Curtis Jones, is a Japanese international and primarily a left winger who can play as a second striker or centre forward. The 22-year-old continued his trade in his home country and also played loan spells in the Netherlands and Belgium before moving to LASK in 2021. Nakamura has made a total of 68 games for his current employers, scoring 26 goals and scoring 8 assists. The best season of his career came in the 2022-2023 season, where he scored an impressive 14 times and provided 7 assists in the Austrian Bundesliga. Transfermarkt valuation has skyrocketed to a career high €8 million in the past 12 months, showing how he looks at the top of his game. LASK head coach Dietmar Kubor praised Nakamura last year, calling him an outstanding player with really good shooting technique. Keita is truly an outstanding football player, an exceptional technician, and blessed with really good shooting technique, Dietmar said. That said, the Reds are currently well stocked on the left with all the options from Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo and Diogo Jota. So it would be wrong to see Nakamura as a short-term option. The forward can be seen as a versatile addition with a lot of potential. But it looks like Nakamura may soon show up with Lille in France, despite Liverpool making their move.